Oh boy, I've been putting this one off, but I'm finally gonna review Wabuu the movie, like a bunch of you want, but I warn you, this is not what it seems!
I am the Wabuu, hopping here and there in woods that ever are so dear. Dum-dee-dum-dee-doo, I don't wear any shoes. Dum-dee-doo-dee-doo,
Oh, Wabuu the cheeky or little or whatever raccoon. This was a tough watch, and I mean, I'm used to Dingo's usual incompetence by now, but this DVD, it takes things to a whole nother level. We got a glimpse of the Wabuu movie in the Countryside Bears when Wabuu told us a let's recycle animation story at the end of it. But there's a major difference in what was presented there and what's on this Wabuu DVD. It was the regular Dingo voices on the Countryside Bears, or Winky, or Winnie, or whatever this is called. But that's not the case here, no! Behold an even more incompetent voiceover for a Dingo Pictures movie!
And Wabuu the smart raccoon went nicely into the garden and got down on his belly in the sun.
Oh, he was lying useless. Oh, he was pulling joke. Come on, let's see if Wabuu himself can handle a joke.
Wabuu shivered.
Yes! That just happened. This movie starts off with Wabuu getting shit on. But you know what? Shit on the face is pretty much the perfect visual for how this sounds. So yeah, we're not getting the classic Wabuu voice in this piece of crap. No, we get a little boy who barely emotes who's one of the two voices in this. The other being who I'm gonna guess is his father, who sounds like he knows what he's saying even less than his son.
Charlie, who always was snooping around, saw everything and smiled. Finally, somebody got to you.
Beginner's luck.
This dub is what I'm gonna call the EastWest Dub, because I'm pretty sure they're the ones responsible for these even lazier English tracks on Dingo movies. Now, besides the Wabuu movie, I know of two others that have the ultra-lazy East-West dub like this. Dingo's Aladdin, and of course, Animal Soccer World. These were pretty much the lowest effort possible just to dump an English track onto these particular Dingo movies where one with the usual Dingo cast wasn't available. So East West would crap these out to English regions to make that sweet, sweet dollar store cash. I'm sure this was just someone who worked for EastWest DVD with his son sitting there and blandly reciting lines from a hastily thrown together English translation of what was said in the original German one. Which plays really quietly because they didn't want to make some of the noises or do all of the laughing. They also just left the German version of the Wabuu song on here because, well, these two could barely speak English, so they weren't going to attempt singing.
Ich bin der Wabuu und mir geht's so schubidabidubidabididubidabidu.
But even leaving something as it was is done incompetently on this DVD, as Wabuu's song starts mid-word.
Ich bin der Wabuu.
Yep, it just starts with boo because they accidentally cut off the beginning shot of the movie. Guess I'll just have to listen to the Wabuu song on audio cassette.
Ich bin der Wabuu, streif Holz und quere Wand umher und kaufe keine Schuhe.
Yes, I seriously have Wabuu on audio cassette, which is just pretty much the German version of the movie. But if you want to just listen to it without seeing their horrible visuals. Also, you see that jumpiness in the picture? That's because they didn't transfer this thing correctly to the DVD. It seems they de-interlaced it incorrectly from PAL before interlacing it again for this NTSC DVD. Oh, and this is a new one. Some of the animations get really jumpy, skipping a bunch of frames, probably because whatever piece of crap computer they were making this garbage dub on couldn't handle such high-quality video. Anyway, there's enough problems watching this with the horrible audio, so I'm gonna switch the video to a better-looking one from the finished DVD. See, just look at how much better the quality of that is.
And you all need to see my face much clearer.
The Wabuu movie continues the love story between Wabuu and Lucy, which began in Pocahontas. Yes, never forget that Wabuu is a time-traveling raccoon. The Wabuu-Lucy romance is cut abruptly short, though, as Lucy only appears during the beginning Wabuu song. Instead, it's the other nice cat, Charlie, who gets to be part of the actual story. And yes, it is apparently still that same character in this one.
Charlie, who always was snooping around, saw everything and smiled.
So, I get shit on, my girlfriend disappears, and I'm left with the loser that trying to pick her up? This is the worst movie ever!
But tell me, Charlie, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry, Wabuu, but I have to go home. About this time, there is always a bowl of milk for me in front of the door. If I don't hurry, the mice will come and drink everything.
You can tell how much I really care about this by the lack of any sort of emotion in my voice.
Too bad. I'm making the best invention of all times.
Wow, Wabuu's making the greatest invention of all times? What is it? I'm really invested!
If you would help, you would be famous too.
I could listen to you ideas. I still got a few minutes.
Alright, watch it. Today is a very lovely day. But tomorrow can be cold and wet. And that is a pity, right?
If that's your idea, I'd rather go.
Are they still speaking English? It's so hard to listen to them. You really have to concentrate to actually make out what they're saying. And that really becomes an issue through this entire thing, especially due to the fact that that one Dingo track you hear playing during this scene.
Too much.
Besides the opening and ending Wabuu songs, that track plays during the entire movie. Even when other music tracks are playing, they just keep replaying this one track over it. Hell, there's even one spot where they play this track over itself. It just gets so difficult to listen to this when a repetitive, non-changing tune just never shuts the hell up, and repetitious noises like this really get annoying to me quick. So the never-ending background nonsense makes my brain not really want to listen to it all that closely, but then I'm not paying enough attention to understand what they're saying, so I try to concentrate on it, then the background music makes me tune out again. Sorry to spoil how annoying this thing is already for you guys. I'm sure that was a real shock.
What's your invention?
That's quite simple. If we catch the sunshine, which is too many today, we can let them go tomorrow, if there are less.
How is that an invention, you stupid raccoon? You don't understand sunlight at all. I'm smarter than you.
Genius! I wish I was as smart as you.
Of course you do, moron, and with my sunlight weapon I shall burn you into ashes for moving in on my territory.
Oh, but Wabuu, I thought we were friends in this one.
You were wrong. Dead wrong!
Oh, I died.
You're a better catcher than me, so if you catch the sunshine, I'm a better organizer than you, so I will invent a bottle in which we can catch the sunshine.
Spoiler, he doesn't invent a sun-catching bottle.
I'm the best catcher of the world.
Stupid cat.
Well, at least that's starting to sound like Wabuu, as long as you don't listen to what he sounds like. And, well, Wabuu wasn't wrong about Charlie being stupid, as this was just a ploy for Wabuu to go and drink that darn cat's milk while the bozo jumps around surprised that he can't catch sunlight.
I am the greatest prankster of all times. Wait, why did I say of all times like that? That was stupid.
Slowly Charlie is getting angry. He is hitting around and starts to curse louder.
Let me guess, he says damn?
Actually, not this time. While Charlie does his hilarious bang on the jail door sunlight catching routine, he says,
Oh, shit.
You guys heard that, right?
Oh, shit.
Well, hadn't dropped that one in a Dingo movie yet.
It's nice weather, and there is no reason to curse. I'm trying to catch the sunshine. Catching sunshine. Don't make me laugh.
"But you just did, you jerks. Now get back to narrating Lion and the King."
It won't work, but Wabuu said.
Wabuu, that's what we could have expected. He fooled you again.
Suddenly, it's the kid voicing us. I can't believe that this dub is inconsistent.
But my sweet bucks, my milk. Wait. Wabuu! Charlie went away.
Hee, that's what I want to see happening.
Who doesn't want to see that stupid cat leaving?
Charlie stood in the front of the house and looked furious at his empty bowl. Damn! This is really the last time that I fall for Waboo's jokes. Did I hear the name Wabuu? What did he do this time?
Uh-oh, it's that previously voiced by King Magod Bear, if you remember your countryside bears. And who could forget that? This bear has it in for Wabuu. Sounds like they have some kind of vendetta going.
Hee.
Wow, so that started with the kid doing Waboo's laugh, but then I guess it went too long for him and they just slightly fade in the German audio, even though it's hard to hear over the never-ending crapground music. And I'm guessing that they thought it was better to have this one track playing over and over rather than the music dipping in and out whenever their voices came in. But it wasn't. It was the wrong decision. I'd love to hear silence. That could have been the best part of the movie. But you ruined it, didn't ya?
That Wabuu. It's starting to become annoying. Somebody must really beat him up.
What story are we trying to tell with this exactly?
Catch me?
Ew, what the hell is that? Charlie closed his eyes without closing his eyes?
Did you hear that? The bear wants to beat me up. He's absolutely not the first one who came with that idea. We know a whole lot who would like to do that sometime. Idiots!
How sad is it that I'm sitting here wishing I was listening to the regular Dingo voices? Man, how low the bar has been set.
That deserves a hard lesson, right? Leave him alone, Wabuu. He can't do it any other way. He's always grumpy.
Oh, didn't have time for a second take? Yeah, takes. I don't think there were any takes in this, actually. I think it was just one continuous recording session while the movie played.
Only a little lesson then? Well, yes, okay, a little lesson won't hurt. It's always going that way, that grumpy old bear. Do you have an idea?
I know I've made fun of dingoes sinking before, but usually there is at least some bare minimum attempts to talk while the character was. Here they'll just leave the mouths flapping constantly with nothing being said. But hey, when your dub is just two people blandly reading a script that they only half understand while the movie plays, I suppose this is what you get.
In the meantime, Wabuu took a medal of wool.
Oh, did Wabuu really take a medal of wool?
Hurry, Mimo, Muck, Rummy's coming.
Endless scene continuing bear!
All of them came to bear, grumpy as always.
Man, Wabuu just constantly had to deal with grumpy bears, didn't he? Anyway, Waboo's brilliant plan this time was to drag some candy on a string to annoy beat-up bear. The candy! My God! Well, beat-up bear's got a concussion now, but at least they made knockoff Bambi laugh for the first time since Wabuu killed his mother. Oh, but more importantly, German Wabuu got a good laugh out of it.
That That's bad, Brummy. Did you hurt yourself?
You two can't act like you weren't complicit in this now. Eat them!
On a day, Wabuu looked how the confused squirrel on the other side of the pond was collecting nuts.
What?
Hey, silly. Why are you so busy?
Silly? His name's Wusha! Damn Wusha!
Wabuu, it's good you're here.
Come on, Wooshel would never say that.
Wabuu, you're heaven sent. You have to think of something.
That's better.
Wabuu, can you ever be serious? I really have a problem. How do I bring all those nuts to my hole? My cabin is on the other side of the pond, and if I have to walk to the bridge, the winter will be over and the time I'll be there.
The winter will be over? I don't think that's quite what the problem's supposed to be, EastWest Bozo.
How am I supposed to bring all the nuts home? My house is on the other side of the stream. And if I have to walk all the way to the bridge every time, it'll be winter before I can get my nuts home.
See, makes more sense that way. I still don't care about Wooshel's stupid nuts, but at least that's an actual problem.
Well, if that's all it is, I'll cut down a tree. Yeah, and you can use it as a bridge.
I'm sure this plan will go swimmingly. Oh, Wabuu, you're so optimistic. Shut up, Wooshel. I'm going to kill you.
I'll go and get an axe. I'll be right back.
You know, if Wabuu tells you he's gonna go get an axe and you don't run, it's really on you what happens next, silly the Wooshel. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna switch over to the Countryside Bears audio for some of this where I can, because we need to hear some of the real Wabuu voice, and I'm getting a little sick of listening to crap like...
I'll be right back. I have to get an axe.
Full of joy, Wabuu went away.
Though, I won't argue that going off to get a weapon would bring Wabuu joy.
At Farmer Alfred's house, he looked around carefully.
Ah, it's so nice to hear that voice and not that one stupid background track. Look what you brought me to, you stupid DVD!
Quickly, he hopped into the barn. That is where Farmer Alfred kept his tools.
Seen here, all of Alfred's tools.
He really didn't need any other tools, 'cause he was an axe-murderer.
Quickly, he sneaked into the barn. That's where Alfred keeps his tool.
Wow, tool, singular, score 1 for audio diarrhea.
The dog discovered him and started to bark.
Stupid Barker, shut your mouth.
Stupid Barker? Is that really what I'm going to call them?
Stupid mongrels.
Ah, yes, much better.
Wabuu, you did not steal anything, did you?
Just shut up.
Alfred bought us to catch thieves, and we have.
Could that dog sound any dumber?
Alfred bought us to catch the burglars.
Tough call there, which dub did that better. I do like in the East-West one, though, that they said less.
Just lately, shortly after Carnival, a whole box of sneezing powder was stolen from the general dealer's storeroom.
Interesting that Wabuu brings that up. He stole it. Spoilers.
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh no! Waboo's turning into Alpha!
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh no! Waboo's turning senile! Despite being voiced by a child!
Can you imagine?
You can't be serious.
Just listen to the disbelief in my voice.
I helped him to build a trap. For thieves, yeah.
We could do that too.
Sure, it's quite easy. You just have to dig a trench behind the barn door, then fill it with water.
It's great, 'cause I can bounce over it like our raccoons bounce, and then throw a certain stupid squirrel in there after I drop a tree on him.
sounds simple. Let's do it.
These dogs are so stupid. I said it.
Don't forget Pointless. Why, we barely even did anything with Ice Cut, the movie my buddy here was copied from.
Yes, it's really interesting. Gotta go.
Wabuu hopped off, giggling with the axe.
Giggled in German on that one, too.
At the pond stood Silly the Squirrel.
Wow, they really renamed Wooshel Silly the Squirrel.
Waiting impatiently for Wabuu.
Looks like Wooshel should have waited for Wabuu in the stream from the looks of where he is heading in this shot.
I was afraid you'd forgotten me. Rubbish. When I make a promise, I keep it.
And I promised I'd be back for you.
Wabuu swung the axe.
Oh, Wabuu, is it?
But now we can start.
Wabuu started chopping.
I do like that Silly the Wooshel apparently told us that in the East-West version.
Stop that! Stop that at once! Hey, this is fun.
Hey, this is fun too.
Shut it.
Look, Wooshel, this is the best bridge ever built.
Because I not only destroyed those birds' home, but also crushed Wooshel. It's win-win.
Our nest was in the tree. Child murderer! Child murderer!
Well, that doesn't shock me.
Wabuu killed a child murderer! Child murderer! Wabuu, is that true? I'm not sure.
Who said anything there?
But if the birds say that there was a nest, it will be alright.
It'll be alright as long as you for sure killed some birds?
How was I supposed to know? Child murderer!
It was expected this was going to happen sometimes.
Child murder was expected to happen sometimes? What the hell's the matter with you, East-West? Did someone mute their mic? I really do think an accidental muting is what happened here, and this gives more evidence towards them just doing this in one shot while the movie played.
Be quiet!
No one said anything, fake Wabuu. And it's a real shame because there's some great dialogue here.
Wabuu has killed our baby.
I knew it would come to this one day.
Well, Drunky the Bear, if you knew it would come to child murder someday, maybe you should have done something instead of sitting around eating candy with Wabuu.
The sniffing around. Even the bear, who was... Anyway, this was not worth it, searched Crumming.
What? Something about it not being worth it and the bear's name is Crummy now? I guess I can get on board with that.
We found the nest. You see? All the excitement was for nothing.
But it's empty!
So, someone must have tossed the egg into the rock there. My bet would be Crummy.
Well, it's broken. Wabuu destroyed our egg.
Disappointed, Wabuu grabbed for the egg. And while he was sadly looking at it,
Never ceases to amuse me that they say this is sad.
Look, it's coming out.
Ew, you put that back in, Wabuu.
the animals were looking surprised how the little bird was trying to get out. The birds could not believe it.
They were truly joyous as I am.
Isn't he sweet? Pardon. Isn't he sweet?
You guys knew you weren't gonna edit this. Why'd you have him say it twice? Say it twice.
It's arrived a little early, but as far as I can see, it's fitting well.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Wabuu.
Hey, you should have became a nanny.
And that's how Wabuu became the nanny.
You just need it one more time, Wabuu.
Hey, where did you get them? They belong to Wooshel.
Rubbish, they don't belong to Wooshel.
Hey, Wooshel, the bear is stealing your nuts.
He's so happy about that.
Hey, why is the squirrel not coming? Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering the whole time where the squirrel is.
And I'm really getting confused because we all have the same voice, just with slightly different pitches sometimes, but it's not consistent.
Still, the kid's 20% is more effort than the father's giving.
If they are not here when the squirrels are back.
Oh, help me. But the squirrel talked too soft. Nobody heard him.
Here's nothing going on. Let's go.
Sitting under the tree and cried. He heard how the animals went home.
To find more ways to screw up. Screw up!
So the Wooshel getting crushed by a tree thing actually goes a lot longer than the Countryside Bears edit made it look, because everyone really does just go home and they leave Wooshel dying overnight. Truly magical.
Oh, this calls for a special Wabuu Wooshel search action.
Special Wabuu Wooshel search action? What the? How'd I skim over that before?
I'm searching for the squirrel. He's not still gone, isn't he? He is, and he didn't sleep at home. That deserves a Wabuu squirrel. What's that? A Wabuu squirrel?
Good question. I didn't think that could make less sense, but there you go.
I like they made it look like the horn sound was just coming from Wabuu's mouth. Agreed.
Is there a fire or something like that?
Somebody has been robbed. I knew that would happen one day.
That bear just threatened to rob them?
But then he got so much pain that everything went black. The squirrel fainted.
Oh, that sucked. No wah. Screw that version.
The pain that shot through him was so bad that everything went black. Wooshel passed out because of the pain.
It's beautiful.
We think we found something!
That is tail hair, Wooshel's tail hair. Mine is another color.
No one thought it was yours, Charlie. Go chase sunlight.
You won't get me with that again.
Okay, go catch moonlight. I really do have a jar that'll hold that.
These moonlight desires haunt me. They want me. They want me.
Oh my god, the squirrel has fallen into the water. But squirrels can't swim. But squirrels can't swim at all, can they?
Much better the second time, and we'll leave both in, 'cause lazy. 'Cause extra lazy.
First you almost killed our child, and now it is his fault that the squirrel has disappeared.
And don't forget that he drank my milk.
Yeah, that's the most important thing right now.
But the only thing I wanted to do is help him.
Help? You and helping? That isn't working.
Then what are you doing?
Oh man, that bear done pissed Wabuu off.
I'm going to look for the squirrel. I will help you out. No!
I think my brain is melting.
Anyway, another night goes by before that mole finds the lifeless corpse of Wooshel.
Oh my god.
OMG is right! Did that guy just try to do an actual voice there?
He must have fallen into an opening that I had dug, and then the tree fell on the opening. I think he's dead.
I think he's dead.
Oh man, that Wabuu shock face.
So despite me cutting the story off here in the Countryside Bears video, Wabuu does go over and try to chop Wooshel up into smaller pieces, but accidentally frees him.
He said something. Wooshel said something. Yay!
I've gotten away with it. I'll make my next move when it's less public. Zombie squirrel! Someone kill it! It was worth a try.
Fake Wabuu's much more tactful.
Hey, Wooshel, are you well again? It's okay. Just my two front paws are broken, and my tail is a bit banged about. It looks great. Only I can't.
Wow, Wabuu's insensitivity even gave the movie pause for a second.
I can't crack nuts anymore. I have to come up with something for that.
Wabuu beamed.
I didn't edit that. Wushel says he can't crush nuts anymore, and Wabuu laughed.
But I guess it's because Waboo's gonna do something really nice, right?
But I can't crunch nuts at the moment. I have to think about something. Wabuu started smiling, thinking of something. Wabuu could do that.
I'm not too sure about that.
This is a present for Wushel as an apology. I unpacked the box for you as you can't do it yourself at the moment. Peanuts! Cracked and peeled and all of them for me!
Yes, Wabuu just gave Wushel canned peanuts.
That's silly in of itself, but if you think about it, Wushel's not going to be able to open those cans. Wabuu just trolled him again.
And that's where Wabuu actually cuts the story off in the Countryside Bears, but the story actually goes on with Charlie actuallying Wabuu.
Actually, I also have to have something because of my milk, and the bear because of the chocolates, the birds because of the egg.
To show everybody that I have improved myself, I'm inviting you to a big dinner.
So that seems kind of weird that Wabuu would cut off this nice big dinner he threw everyone from his story, doesn't it?
After they admired all the things, they sat down and tasted everything. And while everybody was eating, Wabuu was arranging the dessert.
I knew that I could use this stuff for something. It looks just like sugar.
Yep, that's right. Wabuu drugged everyone with some Coke cake.
But when they took a piece of the cake,
or maybe it was that before-mentioned stolen sneezing powder. Guess it's true what Wabuu says. Most of the animals are so stupid.
Oh, did somebody sneeze?
Oh man, now you're really making it tough on me to call which dub was worse.
And that's right, the movie ends with Wabuu being an ass to everyone and laughing it up. No joke. Wabuu has learned nothing. We have accomplished nothing here.
Phelous, you are the very dumb. Ha ha ha.
What happened to you, Wabuu? You used to be cool. Wait, what?
You don't understand anything, much like I don't understand what I'm saying. Now eat very much of my sneezy Coke powder cake.
Well, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all, but okay.
Phelous, you idiot.
What? 2 Waboos? But how can this be?
I just escaped the Black Lodge. This obvious imposter is my doppelganger.
Don't you be of listen to him. I am very much of the Wobbu.
Oh, crap. How do I know which one to trust? Oh. But how do I know that you weren't the evil one?
Of course I'm the evil one. I just shot that other raccoon in cold blood.
Wabuu got me again.
Doesn't seem too friendly. These monsters seem so fake. My nerves, they're gonna break. Please don't let me die.
this, Wobbu! He gave me nuts! It's for actually surviving in this story this time. Do-do-do-do-do. I am now Wabuu, and do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.